episode 3 of Cool Dojo drawing class. I am going to do a series of cool colors, and I've got these sweet mechanical colored pencils to use on this. What I am going to do is I'm going to get a little palette to test colors on. So I think I'm about to suck up all my blue, but this is going to be a kind of cooler blue picture. What I have done before is use these colored pencils. This is going to be my lighter shade of blue. This going to be our darker blue. So we're going to use those two. You're going to get your phthalo blue and your Colonel Turtle blue and your Spurtle McDurtley blue. This looks like that's eggplant. That's more purpley. Nice purple shirt, very purpley. I've got a couple other ones that are more turquoisey. That is going to be more greenered. What other blue do I have? I got this pretty vibrant blue. That's a good one. We got all our different shades of blue here. I think we're probably going to also be using our ink pen. So we've got our straight black. I think what we're going to do is I'm dropping all of them. Dang it. Shoot. Did I only have 5? Come on, pencils. We've got to clean up just a tad of this thing. You see the whole thing? All right, we're working on an 11 by 17 picture. Let's go ahead and start inking this mofo. So what I think I'm going to do is work from maybe the foreground backward. So we're going to start way up here on some of the stuff. This is going to be the most painstaking part of this whole process. But what we're going to do is we're going to have our light source be down here, and we're going to light the back of this guy up. Okay? So that's what we're going to do to him. We're going to leave a little bit of light around here. And we can come in with our colored pencils maybe and kind of add to the blackness that is the shade of these stalactites. Now, most pros now are going to do this kind of tedious work here on the computer. We would have all of this done by now if we are working straight in the computer. Of course, now you can use AI generated images to just tell it to do the work for you. But we're not doing that here. We're going to resist the urge to generate our artwork because it's fun. If you're in a hurry and you need to make something, I don't blame you. If you want to use what we didn't think was going to exist and what people always in school always thought that us digital folks were just telling the computer, make beautiful artwork. And we're always like, it's not how it works. You still have to make the stuff, you know? And lo and behold, the future is now. And you can do that kind of thing. You could get on there and make an original piece it still hasn't figured out everything yet. It hasn't figured out hands very well, but it takes the data that exists on the internet now and says, well, this is what a hand looks like. This is what it would look like from this angle, but it can't really figure it out for some reason. For some reason, fingers confuse it. We're gonna get this up in here, right here. This is gonna be the thicker spot. And we're gonna get a little bit of a different light over here than what we did at the top. Now I should really just use a thicker marker here, but I don't have one. I got this gray thing down here, but that's just gray. It's a gray fat pen. I don't need that much. I still want to be able to control my edges. May have bitten off more than I could chew with this thing, but we're working in segments. We're only going to do a half an hour's worth of stuff for each one of these episodes. But yeah, after we get done with these live ones, don't feel like you have to watch the live ones, because I'll always download them and edit out the dead air and drops of when I drop my colored pencils on the floor. All the coughs will be taken out. The hacks and horks will all be taken out. Don't worry about that. So if you want to watch the live version, you can. But I ain't Bob. I'm not going to be able to finish this in a half an hour. But he does landscapes. And I'm thinking after we get done with this piece, I will do a edited version that I can speed up and you can see the whole process from start to fin. I'm going to put a little commentary track on there. Probably have Jerry do it. Jerry's done other commentaries for cool dojo drawing videos. He's got kind of a deep voice. You'll know him when you hear him. He's on several other videos that we've done in the past. They weren't drawing schools. They were just speed drawings. And he's not bad at it. He gets a little carried away. He gets distracted. But I think you'd like him. You'll have to look on cooldojo.com and go to the videos section, which will take you to the YouTube page where you can see lots of other videos that Cool Dojo has produced. Oh my. Hands are already starting to ache from doing this. But we're going to finish up this spot here. And tell you what, let's go ahead and let's do the fun part. Let's get in on the monster. So we're wanting to leave kind of the spike areas a little more white for right now. And we're going to make this top area a little more glowy. And it's going to have little bits of light reflecting at the top. The rest is going to be skin that we're going to use this blue as our highlight areas. So not too much brightness. Like I said in the previous episode, this is going to be a darker picture. So what we're doing is just getting a base on the monster. And thankfully I've got my handy dandy mechanical pencils. See, and I've already had to sharpen this thing a few times. Go with the flow of your shapes you want in here. Oh, wrist already starting to ache. Okay, so back here we are going to have a little bit more glow on the edge of these fingers. There we go, get that in there. Just the tiniest little bit. Right there. Okay. And you know what? What are we going to do about these shackles? Do we want to put a little blue on there? Yeah. Let's see what that does for us. We'll just change that to a slightly different shade. That's going to have to be darker than his skin. His flesh. I don't even know if it's skin or not. Oh, mama. Oh, mama. Oh, mama. They're not precise, but oh well. Won't really see that, would we? Come on, Lee. Come on, Lee. And get these fatty parts of his, get the meaty part of his palms. I'm going to leave the spicules. Leave the spicules white. See, he's kind of got a little bit of a glow back there. Like I said, we're going to fill in a lot of this area with the blue. So it's going to be our highlighting color. And depending on how much we get on there, you can really just fill this in. This is your base of the character. Damn, I keep running out of stuff. I don't have to refill my colored pencils. Come on now. Come on, y'all. We'll get in here on all these little beats. Again, leaving spicules. kind of doing a little circular filling on the rounded spots. And that's going to be kind of to the back. Not there though. Down here close to the bottom. I think that's probably going to be out. But this spot will be more in. And this hand can have a little bit of white on that edge, but it's going to be pretty filled. We're still going to fill in the shackles. Now, the digital process is much different. Much different. Much more different. Much more different? Much more different. Because if we are working digitally, since this whole shape is closed, we could either lasso tool the whole thing or go in with the paint bucket and just fill her in. And then, if we didn't like the shade of blue, we could go into the color change drop stuff, and we could change it to whatever we want to change it to. We can make him purple, we can make him green, we can make it a warmer blue, we can make it a colder blue. Ew. Yeah, wrist is already starting to go. Good thing we're only going to do these in short bits. Alright, you get in up in here. Oh, my hands. Save your energies. Alright, once we get this filled in, I'm going to give myself just a second to make sure we're sharing correctly and fill in all of this too. Because he is going to be a big old blue guy. There we go. So on the drapes, there's going to be more shades on this. So we're just going to make it all blue for now. And if you can see inside here, along the edge, there's still a little bit of space of white. Give a kind of a hard edge of white. Filling her in, get your nebules. And we kind of had what we shaded in before we did our inks. I think I'm gonna make that a little more to the edge. That's probably gonna be good for that foot. Okay, almost there. Oh, look at a little bit of our pencil lines on this leg, but that'll be okay. I'll add to it. Add a little bit more dirt. We have kind of a dirty bird. Alright, get that. That's gonna be good almost. And a little bit there. And a little bit on that toe. Oh, damn. Okay. Getting in on the second crotch pit. And getting round down on the side. I might make a little bit wider on that white space there because that's going to be more to an angle, so there may be a little bit wider spot there that gets hit with the light, but won't be too much over here. Like I said, keeping the spiky areas. Might even make that a little more rounded there. Now, hopefully, this is all making sense. We want to. Oh, good, we're there. Make sure you share, and we'll keep going on this. So we got our little base color here for the monster. What we're going to do now is we're going to do some darker shades. So we use, what did we use? We had this one, which was a sky blue. And I'm going to test this over here. I'm going to test this over here on my little palette area. And I'm going to see what works best for shades. That's not dark enough. This may be too purpley. Let's go with this for right now. Yeah, that looks good. That looks real good. Okay, so we're gonna let that work for us on our shades. Okay, here we go. We're shading and we're shading. This is where he's gonna come to life. Okay, we're going to make lots of stuff happen here. Could probably have done lots of our shading with just this pencil and just controlled our pressure. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use this pen to make our highlights. Okay, we're getting there. This area is going to be kind of dark. Like I said, we're going to use that blue as our shade. And then get a lot of these muzzles to kind of pop a little bit more. We don't want to pop a muzzle. That will be gross. I'm going to give this just a little bit of a highlighted spot right there. I don't know if he's going to need that much though. I'll even fill that in just a tad. Just be kind of gradual with your pressure on flesh, because especially if he's something like this, it's going to be bulgy. And if we can get a few color variations in here, a little bit more of where he's bumped out, where it's a little more flat, but he's pretty bumpy. He's gonna be bumpy guy. He's getting there. I might have to put a few more darks in here. Because I don't know if he's going to be dark enough with this blue shade that we've got here for our shadows. You getting there. I'm just getting maybe some more of this riblet area done. You gotta bear with yourself because it's gonna look awkward while you're shading this in. And yes, it does get difficult to control or not make your arm hurt. My wrist is, I haven't done this in a while. I've been using the computer to do too much of my stuff. And when we get there, maybe kind of doing in circles might be the best thing for this guy. But I think in a future episode we're going to I'll show you some techniques on how to color in Photoshop. You just can get a wider variety and really can do more post stuff with your finished piece when you're done with it. I'm going to take a little break from the blue, and I'm going to get a little bit of pinkish. Less of a pink, healthy gum. To a dark, needs a good brushing gum line. Make the los cientos. Well, that's all I really need. That's going to be the only real. Oh no, I dropped my pen again. Oh, mommy. Getting close to the end mark here, darn it. I'm going to have to get some of this mofo shaded. I think we may have to put a few more black bits in here. Top's looking okay. It's looking better. I have to get in here and make some darker spots happen in a little while. We keep jumping all over the place here. I'm going to find the best spot to put this dark blue in. But I'm going to get crazy here. That doesn't need to really be dark. That's going to be pretty. These are going to be the darker areas of the loin. We're getting there. He gonna get there. Alright, now we're getting the leg meat. Get into your leg meat. I think what we're gonna do is maybe accentuate some of these leg muscles. Give it kind of a reflected light on the muscles that stick out from the bod. Right up there to that highlighted spot. Let's fill in some of these pieces a little bit more. Add out some. Darken in the crevices. Fill in a little around here. I wonder if we can blend a little bit of finger. That might help. Well, he's not quite as dark as I want him to be, so I think I might have to go in with some harder blues. Maybe darken this thing up. And again, I am forgetting to tell you what I'm doing as I do it. So here we go. We're going to get in here. We're going to try and put in some darker spots up here closer to the front while leaving the bulgy spots more highlighted. The parts like this don't need to be shown that much. So we need to get in here and darken up these spots that are closer to the foreground because our light is coming from behind. So we need to get in here, darken this dude up, opposite of Three Ninjas. We need to darken this dude up. Rocky loves Emily. Okay, it's pretty dark where I want him to be dark, but he can go darker. We got him blue. Now let's see what we can do with our pen at the top of this. It might not work. We're going to give him some darker spots. This is probably the wrong way to do it. I really should have filled more of this in when we were inking. I didn't want to get him too dark, but he's going to have to be dark now. You got to get him a little bit dark. You can probably use a sharp black colored pencil. That may be the better way to do it, but I think this is going to show up a little easier on camera, which may be an excuse, but I'm going to use this method to better fill in some shades I want on this thing. I'm doing some little hatch, not hatch marks in here. Flushes. I think this is actually looking way better now. We got some hard darks in here. dark spots. Yeah, put a little bit of a hard edge right there. See what that does for us. I'm going to get in here on these leg muzzles. I'm going to darken this in too. I want this to be pretty dark. Not really silhouetted, but almost to the point where it's hard to tell what this originally was. I'm going to give him some extra little musculature inside the crotchal area, this third crotchal pit. Does anybody know how to make a fleshy third crotchal pit? You don't. But we're going to find out how to do it today. Sometimes you can put these shades in here, and they are this kind of rule of thumb. When in doubt, black it out. I think we're going to make these abdominal areas down here in more black. We're going to darken this up. We's going to darken this up. Yeah, there we go. Get that good and dark up in there. Go in here. Accentuate these leg muscles. Yeah, he's looking much better now. He needed some more darker spots. I'm even going to put a couple more in here on the throat. Let me give this a little bit more of an edge. One little dark spot here will be kind of cool. Yeah, a couple little neck tendons in there, huh? Hatchies. Hatchies. She's Hatchies. Alright, and here's what else we're going to do. We're going to go in on these shackle parts. We're going to make that nice and dark, because that is a different thing. Oh no, I think I'm killing my pen doing it like this. That is thick colored pencil. We're going to have to do it over here. Give it kind of a little point there to show some of the edge of that metal. Now you could have kept the shackle ends off of yours. Mine's got a couple. We're going to make this bicep area a little darker. I'm we're going to fill in a little bit more over here, say. And down here, say. Give that a little bit more of a dark spot. I'm going to go ahead and fill that in. I'm actually going to fill that in too, just a tad. We're getting there. We may see what we can do now with a much darker color. Is that what we used before? Slightly. I'm going to get in here and get this a little darker. Yeah. I'm going to press down just a tad harder. This colored pencil. There we go. Let's fill that in a little bit more now, can't we? And we'll keep on going in there. Now, let me get the background colored in. So it'll probably look even better. Maybe we can put a little bit of shade in there at the top. Get a little bit of get the pencil. Get my pencil. Get back to the pencil. I'm gonna kind of go in on these teeth. Little hint on the teeth. Just a tad. Just a tad tall. Just a little Tato. Where are you, Tato? Just a little something. Just a little something. Got my darker blue. I'll just take a little bit of this purple. See what we can do here in this belted area, maybe. It darkens that in pretty good. Gives that a little bit of different blue feel. So you can know that's different, maybe. Might help. Give that, gives it a little bit of a tinge of reddish purple. There we go. That looks a little more different now. I think that's all we're going to do with this little purple. And I am going to get nice black in here. Is that it? That raven. I'm going to use this. I need to fill in some shades. Get this just not that dark. Not dark. Cold and dark. little more shaded. Yeah, we getting there. We'll stick with this. Where's that dark blue I was using? Stick with this darker blue. Mix that in there too. You can still see our ink lines through the darkness. So I'm going to keep this area good and dark. I'm going to fill that in a tad more. I'm going to fill this in a tad more. So I think that area is a little too bright. Hang in there. Let's get this light back here. This one needs to be darker. I think. Better with the dark than with the dank. I think. And in there too. Round that out. Round that out. Round you out. Round you up. Round you out. Again, leaving the bulgy spots to be more highlighted, like on this bicep. Probably in there. We don't need quite that much. And definitely here. This should be the darkest spot on this whole arm. Darken that up. Okay. I think he's looking pretty good. Fill that in a little more hard. Get a little firmer. I'm also going to darken this leg a tad more. I don't think he quite needs to be that bright down here. There you go. You getting there. All right. Cool. Keep looking good. Maybe a little bit of shade on the horns. Just a tad. Only some. Okay. Okay. Pretty much getting there. I think we're gonna stop on him for tonight. And All right, we're going to stop it there for today. Peace out, guys.